as a very expensive product. It's very expensive to produce a body. You think about all the systems which are operating in our body every second. And so the universe is very upset about people who doesn't take care of their physical body, because it's important just as the spiritual part of us. And it's true if you think about it.
Yeah, so we have to value what we're given more.
Yes.
You're right. We move so often now away from our physical bodies. We either move to objects that are outside of our physical body and focus on them, or we focus way too much on the spiritual and then completely neglect the physical body.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's one. It's not. It's the same. It's you. It's who you are.
Yeah. So this is Anat, what we're going to be talking about as well today. Hi everyone. This is Zorina from Healnlearn, and I have the pleasure to have Anat Steingold today for a lovely talk on going through spiritual growth and through healing without pain, or rather overcoming difficulty by not seeing it as a difficulty. We're going to develop this conversation today. Hi Anat, welcome. Anat Steingold is from Tel Aviv, and she came to me as a client first because you know, we have a lot in common. So she wanted to see my point of view of holistic healing. She does holistic healing herself. She's an expert in Chinese medicine, in acupuncture, in holistic health, in nutrition, and all in all, in the mindset of a healthy person. So how do we grow, Anat, from the situation where we're in right now as humanity? You mentioned there's so much pain, so much suffering, and it's not really bringing anything to the soul growth of people. It's not like they're not realizing, although so much pain is given to them. What's your view on that?
I think we all go through pain in order to wake up. And this is what the world is showing us the last month, that we all have to wake up. You know, different people in different levels and different areas of life, but the meaning of pain, the meaning of crisis is because our soul wants to wake up. It's a wake-up call, and we manifest crisis, we create the crisis or the pain or the heartache, whatever, from inside in order to grow, to light ourselves, to move to another place. And so it's all internal. We create it inside. And so is the healing. The healing also is internal. We can, of course, we can ask for advice or help or go to therapy. But it's not something external which is going to heal us. The healing process is come from within. And it's very important to understand. I think it's a good news because it's up to me. It's in my hand. And it's a process. It's a process of knowing yourself, knowing your purpose, which is what you teach. Knowing your purpose, knowing your strength, realize your value to yourself and to others. And that's a healing process. That's the spiritual part of the process. And the other one is the physical part, which is our body. Our responsibility to our body, to exercise, to eat well, to take care of our bodies. It's one, like our soul and our body are one.
Yeah. So I'm inclined now to talk either about the macro trend here of spiritual growth without going through pain and cathartic lessons. And the second thing is about healing our bodies through connecting to the divine and to the two major flows of energy that we briefly mentioned. So what are we going to start with now? Both are interesting.
whatever you want.
Okay,
Make it happen.
let's start with the easy one. So I had a course, some time ago that was called Start a Business with Meaning, and the first session on it was on the Silva method, but the second part of this first session was on managing your energy flow, and it was based on a system allegedly developed by a KGB researcher, or somebody who was a researcher in the 80s in Russia. And the project was, or the book that he wrote was called Future Energy Information Development. And the way he explains the functioning of the energy body in the whole system of the energy body was that there are two main channels of energy flow, and our chakras are responsible for dispersing the energy from these two main channels to the other parts of the body. So one of the channels was the connection to the divine, the other one is the one anchoring us to earth. And this is also, by the way Joe and Cindy lead us in a meditation before we have our group sessions on Wednesdays. Just an insert that this is also a part of their practice. And you also mentioned that this is how it's done in Chinese medicine.
Right. The two main channels in Chinese medicine are the CV and the GB, that is called. The CV is the feminine energy flow, and the channel go from the bottom to top. And it goes in the center of your body, in the front. The male channel, the GB, goes also at the center of the body, but at the back, on your back.
Yeah.
And they both are responsible to open the flow of energy through your body from bottom to top.
How do you activate them? How can you activate them?
There are points, acupuncture points, all over the channel. The GB has 24 points, and the CB something the same, I don't remember. But you have acupuncture points. Each point activates something else when you want to treat different things. But the main thing is, actually the main thing about acupuncture is opening the channel, opening the flow of energy. Let the energy room to flow, because otherwise you're stagnant. And the first meaning of stagnant is that one area has too much energy, and the other area is blocked, it's empty, because there's no flow. It's like a rock in the middle of the river, and the water cannot flow in a balanced way. So the main purpose of these channels are to let the energy, the feminine energy, as well as the male energy flow. It's like the opening chakras. It's just the same. We have 7 chakras in the different areas. And in order to make a change, in order to manifest something new, you have to let the energy flow and bring the new, as well as take out the old, what you don't need anymore.
Yeah.
It's also about blood circulation, if you think about it. That's why the physical part of our body is so important, to exercise, to move, to let the blood circulate, which is detox. Everybody is talking about detox today, but the basic detox is the quality of your blood, and make your blood circulation, the energy, the flow. Yeah.
And so the thing that struck me in this book, and that I also shared with people in this course that I did, was that all these methods for local energy flow, like acupuncture or acupressure or other activation of the chakras, they only work temporarily. And the way to activate the main channels, though, which is the flow of the divine energy, to always be connected, is only through conscious thinking. And you said, you can heal somebody, but only if their mindset is in the right place, So if they take responsibility for their healing, only then they can maintain it. So this fits really well. Can you explain your logics of healing, or in what way should we take responsibility for our healing?
Everything. First of all, I believe that each one of us has to build his own routine, his own schedule, his own structure. Especially now, like everything is falling apart. Everything we used to know, we used to take for granted, everything is falling apart. The world is changing. And so the only thing you can do is structure your life, build strong foundations. It's everything. It's what you take responsibility for what you eat, because it's what you put inside yourself. It's also spiritually. It's not just material. It's not just food. It's the energy of the food that you put
Right.
inside yourself. It's what you actually produce from the food you eat. It's the energy you produce and you want to use it. So it has to be a quality one. It's taking responsibility of your physical body. Means you have to exercise. You have to make your blood circulation flow. It's the way you think. It's the people you allowed in your life. If they have good energy, bad energy, what their influence on you, can you grow with them, can you be the best version of yourself with the people around you.
Yeah.
It's where you live, what you do, it's everything. It's like taking care of a baby, of a child. You want the best for him in all areas. It's not only one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe it's my healing is my responsibility. And again, it's very important to ask for help, or use some healing therapy, the Silva method, the family constellation. There are so many great things right now, which is amazing. But don't depend on it. Don't think that something external will heal you.
Mm-hmm.
It's yours. It's your energy that will heal you. It's your responsibility. It's your light. It's your inner power. You just have to find it. I think my thing is to help people find their spot of light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful.
But not to heal them.
Yeah. Yeah, because the healing happens within them, not through you. I mean, maybe you're the catalyst for a healing to start, but what they're experiencing is their own realization if they really heal. Mm-hmm. And so when we are connected and active and mindful and aware of what's going on around us, your thought was that we stop experiencing pain and we stop experiencing traumatic events in our lives. Because what propelled you, you told me, in this sphere of coaching and facilitating help and healing for people was actually your traumatic moments when you were a child. So you said, I'm not going to repeat you. What do you think about that?
I think that we see that the world is changing. The energy is shifting. We are more and more aware, and I think the way we've been given lessons from universe through pain, through heartaches, it's not working. It's not working. Where too many people don't get the lesson of pain, through pain. And I think that we're going to experience new way of teaching, new way of awakening. We're going to enter the Aquarius age in 2021. Formally, it's going to happen in January.
Well, what system are you using to define this?
Astrology.
Okay, okay. I haven't heard that it's the exact date 2021.
Yeah, because
In,
this year major planets are in Capricorn. This is why we're
uh-huh.
restructure our life in so many ways, and all the major planets are going to shift to Aquarius in January 2021, something like that. I'm not an astrologer. We have to ask Lada for that. But the energy is shifting. I think we're more open, more willing to accept new things and to learn a different way. I don't think we have to continue to learn through suffer or pain. I don't know if it works. I don't know. Do you think so?
I think that to learn, you need contrast. So this is the play of good and bad, but it is actually the perception of what we see as good and bad. So the source is the same. The source is always good, and it is our filter that defines it, or the source created himself or herself or itself, the filter that allows us to grow. So if we see through this filter, which means if we connect to source, to the divine, and we don't need these filters anymore, so then we're not going to be we're not going to need these bad experiences anymore. Do you understand? Because these experiences are there only to give us contrast so that we can grow and also connect to source. But if we're connected, we understand the holistic nature of it all, and therefore I believe that pain, we are not going to need pain as much, or maybe our perception of pain will change. We'll see it as a challenge, as an opportunity to grow, and
Right.
we see the true nature behind that, rather than judge it and fixate it as something really bad. And as to externally caused traumatic experiences, such as an accident or a war or something like that happening, this is also attracted by our own vibration, by our own perception of the world. We think it's external, but it's also inside of us. So this should also be, we should also be able to dissipate these circumstances.
Yeah, maybe it's not about the universe. Maybe it's about the way we as people define things. Yeah, maybe pain is not really a pain. Maybe what you consider as a terrible thing 10 or 20 years ago, now it's just defined as part of my journey. It's not something bad. Yeah, it's also a way to look at it.
The question is, do you see yourself indeed as an internal being, as a part of God, or do you see yourself just as a body? And we all see ourselves as, now, everybody watching us probably see themselves as holistic systems. So you know that you're not just a body. And once you realize your connection, you see that this pain is just temporary. It's just an experience. Of course it hurts, of course it's painful, but it's a point of view. You can be in your body and at the same time look from a bird's eye view and observe yourself as a second pair of eyes.
Yeah, true.
So, but thank you for bringing up this subject, because I haven't thought about it recently, and maybe not in such big depth, but you helped me. So thank you for that. You brought up the subject of growing without pain. Yeah. So how can people find you if they want a consultation with you? How can you help them, and how can they find you?
Through my Facebook, my YouTube channel, Instagram. Yeah, we can put the links below.
Yeah.
And you can reach me.
Okay. Anat Steingold, she can help you in holistic healing, in mindset, in working with Chinese medicine, even from a distance. Thank you so much for this talk, Anat.
Thank you, Zorina.